Government is force. And it exists under God as a force to restrain evil. For what purpose? Bottom line, for the survival of the race. For the protection, the sustaining, and the maintenance of human life and property. Okay? And God gives it authority and the power to back up that authority. That's why governments not only have law, but they also have law enforcement agencies. I talked to a United States Senator a few years ago, and he made this statement to me over lunch. He said, "I don't believe that any government ever has the right to coerce its citizens to do anything." And I said, "That's a noble sentiment, Senator. But what I've just heard you say is that no government ever has the right to govern. If the governments don't have the right of coercion, what can they do but suggest? You have law without law enforcement." And I reminded him that the power of the sword that is established in the Old Testament and reiterated here in chapter 13, or if I can read for you quickly, verse 3, "For rulers are not a cause of fear for good behavior, but for evil. Do you want to have no fear of authority? Do what is good, and you will have praise from the same. For it," that is the government, "is a minister of God to you for good. But if you do what is evil, be afraid. For it does not bear the sword for nothing. It is a minister of God, an avenger who brings wrath upon one who practices evil." So what Paul is saying is that that power of the force, the power of the sword, God gives the civil magistrate. He does not give it to the church. Jesus takes the swords away from Peter and his friends in the Garden of Gethsemane. The church does not have the power of political coercion. But the state does. And its function and design and purpose of the sword is to protect the innocent and to restrain the evildoer. Now, does it ever happen that the government uses the sword to exploit and oppress the innocent and protect the wicked? Yes. And those governments are, of course, corrupt and demonic and should hear the prophetic criticism of the people of God.